So you spoke to him. How'd your conversation with him go?
It was good. I think there's always a little bit of shock when a player gets traded and there's a change in organizations. He's been in Pittsburgh for a while, but it was good, and we've seen a lot of him and know what he's capable of doing on the ice. So we're excited in Nashville to get a player like that. We told him we'd circle back next week. He's busy with some plans this weekend. We'll circle back next week and have another conversation.
Well, how do you think he fits into the way you envision this now?
Well, I think David said it best. We feel like we got a top flight player, somebody who can play in a top 3 position and really contribute on a power play. I think he's one of his release is excellent. To grab a guy like that who can put the puck in the net, I think is real beneficial for our team.
He's had a number of fine suspensions over the years. Is that at all a concern for you?
I like the way he plays the game. He plays the game hard. He's aggressive. He's competitive. Certainly, we don't want to cross that line, but you'd rather try and take that out a little bit than have to try and find it somewhere. So, I think we all like the way he plays the game.
You look at the centers he's played with, Brad Richards in Dallas, Malkin and Crosby in Pittsburgh. Those guys, you guys don't really have those type of playmakers. Does he need that kind of guy to generate offense?
I think we've got some good players on our team and young players, and David alluded to that. Callie Youngcock and Mike Fisher's a terrific player. Colin Wilson, a player we drafted today, and I think when we get to training camp, we'll sort that out. But David also said that he continues to press and to see what might be available out there. So we're still looking at our lineup, and I think that if you just isolate it today, it's an addition in our team that puts us as a top line left wing. So
do you think you'll be
a good pickup?
Sorry, do you think you'll be better rounded if you get a top 3 centerman out there? Just someone to really complement James Neal.
I'll probably leave most of those conversations to David and how he handles that. And focus my comments maybe more on the players that we have, and I know we're going to be at camp at this point. And, again, I feel like we've got some good players down the middle. I'm excited to work with them. I'm excited to work with a guy like Colin Wilson. Mike Fisher's been around a long time, and Kelly Youngcock's a top young player. Paul Gosted. So we've got some good players down the middle. And we didn't miss by much last year, so I'm looking forward to that.
What are other coaches? You've game planned against the Penguins and James Neal, so what are other coaches going to have to look at now with Neal and your system on your team?
You want me to say it publicly how to defend him?
No. Yes. Why not?
That's what you're looking for. Listen, he's a good player, and we're all going to go to camp and get on the same page and let other teams try to figure that out. We had a hard enough time doing it here in Philadelphia. He's been a terrific player in the league for a long time, and he's scored a lot of goals and put up a lot of points. So hopefully he brings that to Nashville.
I assume this is all part of a plan to maybe change the identity of the Predators a little bit, bringing in yourself. Yarncrocs coming along,
right.
Forsberg.
Yeah, some good young talent for sure.
Is it fair to say that maybe the Predators aren't going to be what they have been for the last?
Well, I think David said it best when he was up here. It's a work in progress, and he continues to look at. He's identified what he'd like to do, and I think he's trying to do that. You can see by James today, the draft pick that we took today, and the way he worded it in his conversation. So, again, I believe there's a lot of good pieces in place already, and I'm excited to get going with the group that we have today.
When you look at that blue line and the way those guys play, like David mentioned, that there's a lot of offensive defensemen. What do you see out of those guys, and what are you able to get out of them?
Yeah, I'm excited to get in there again. You're talking about a guy who hasn't been there and hasn't had that opportunity. I'm excited to get in and work with Shea Weber and Roman Josi. Got a chance to work with Seth Jones over at the World Championships, and he was terrific. Ryan Ellis and Nick Coleman. So there's lots of great pieces that are in there, and that's what we look forward to when September rolls around. You get to start really planning and setting things up as to how you'd like camp to go and looking at the exhibition games, and that'll all be exciting for us.
And you met with Shea in Vegas. Did you get a sense from him that He's ready for some change. He's ready to push it a little, push the pace, and he's excited about that aspect of it.
You know, conversations with Shea in Vegas were pretty quick. He was busy, and I certainly respected that. Again, this is this opportunity for me with the players not being in town. I got to spend some real quality time with Seth Jones and Craig Smith because they were over at the World Championships, and Pekka Rinne was in my hotel, so I got to see him every day. But you know, with regard to the other players, most of it's just conversations. I've had 3 or 4 conversations with Shea right now. I'm looking forward to the fall and get going. Having him lead that team.
What was your conversation with James Neal like after the trade?
He was, I think anytime that there's a little bit of shock, he's been in Pittsburgh for a while now, and you settle in and you have friends, and teammates become your best friends, and there's always, a change always brings a little bit of a shock, and he at the end, he was. I think the conversation went well, and we said we'd pick it up again next week, and there's a good spot for him in Nashville. Should be a good fit.
A couple months away from training camp, but you just automatically assume he's your first line right wing, and anytime at all to think about lines and how he might be used.
Training camp, I think, is a perfect time for sorting all that out. Usually when the coach draws something up in July, it's probably wrong anyway. And exhibition games usually is the best way to start to assemble your team and line combinations and roles and identities on the team. So, but again, I think that David did an excellent job of identifying a top flight player or a top line winger, and that's a good addition for our club.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Peter.